everyone, welcome to the Fur Farm Productions. Well, it is part of my Let's Survive series. However, we're taking something of a different slant with this. This series is going to be focused pretty much solely on forestry and Natura and mods like that, while working with the other two series that I'm going to be doing. The first one being over back that way with all the Thaumcraft, Ars Magica, Witchery, and whatnot. And the other bit is going to be all the science and factory stuff with the goal of having these three series kind of work together, with the goal of, like, this farm series is going to be creating a farm that is going to be capable of providing crops and animals for a deep space colonization or exploration mission. Obviously, that's the goal of the science bit of it, is we're going to be creating the things we need to, the spaceship and the power systems, hydroponic gardens, and then the farm here is going to provide all the crops that are going to be grown in the gardens. Where the magic, because some of it links up with the science with Thaumcraft, maybe it'll be like, oh, I don't know if anybody remembers, what was it, Final Fantasy, I think it was 3 for the Game Boy, where you've got the magic, and then you had the ship that you picked up and was pretty high tech. So we're gonna have magic meets science meets good old fashioned farm labor and hard work. I may not rest now. There are monsters nearby. No, you're kidding. I can't hear them at all. I hear an Enderman. I need his pearls. Oh, hi. What are you doing on my porch? So yeah, as you can see, I have my farmhouse established. I, however, have not yet done anything other than getting the farmhouse established. I can only get one hit on them before they run off. I hit hard. So what I will do is, once it's light, I will give everybody a tour of what I've got done for the farmhouse, and show you what I've got for supplies that I brought over. This is a prairie biome. I've planted a lot of these extra trees, like these oaks here, because the trees that actually grow here are those piney looking ones right there, which are really oaks. So let me go. I think I can sleep now. Okay, better. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. I've brought over my weapons and tools from the other series, only because they're quite useful. So out here, I've got the oak trees, and then I've got ghost wood, which is actually from the nether. And in order for it to grow, you actually have to plant it on a block of netherrack, and it grows normally after that. So down here, eventually this bed's going to go upstairs. This is going to be like the kitchen and main area where I do some of my prep work. And then up here is going to be the bedroom and storage. So outside, as you look to the northwest here, you can see a mesa, which is what I'm going to use for setting up my factory and science bits. Eventually I'll be running, I hope. I think it's going to take quite a few world anchors to do this, which means it'll lag my computer all to the heck and back. But I'm going to run the power and whatnot and sorting all the way out to there. And it's going to connect here at the farm and then over in the Magic Forest to provide me power and other things for what I need in regards to some of the Thaumcraft science stuff. For a node. Now, and I do have some of my Thaumcraft stuff with me. Like I've got the wand in the chest outside the house, and I have I didn't even know that was there. And obviously I have my thermometer because I do still have a lot of scanning to do and whatnot. So first things first, in this chest out here, I have different crop seeds. Not quite sure how any of them work and whatnot, because a lot of this stuff is very new to me. But we're gonna try to make this work. Like I've got tomatoes and raspberries. I believe that's just a flower. Some of the stuff is witchery, so I'm going to be like growing it here, but I'll be sending it back to the Magic Forest for use in my magic studies. Now, every farm needs a good name. And I've already got the one for mine, and it's going to be Valley Ridge Farm. And because this is kind of neat, that hut over there is I believe it's a Coven Witch hut. Although I haven't seen the Coven Witch, so I'm not quite sure. So the first thing that I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to smooth some of this land out and create fields for the various crops that I want to grow. I'm also going to have to build some pens for the animals, because obviously I want to be able to do have meat and whatnot. And this is actually a pretty good biome for that, because we've got the chickens, we've got cows, we've got horses, and I believe there are sheep around here somewhere. I'm not immediately sure where they are, though. Yep, sheep right there. So I'll have to build animal pens at some point. But the first step is going to be figuring out how I want to lay out my basic crops. And because I am going to be doing the forestry stuff, I need to figure out where I'm going to set up all my apiaries and whatnot to start the various tree breeding aspects of forestry. Now, with Biomes of Plenty installed, I know that some of these trees are available just straight up, but I'm still going to do the tree breeding, and I might actually do that down along this island chain here and out over the hills here. And if anybody knows if I can get saplings from Witchwood, go ahead and leave a comment in the comments section, because I'd really like to be able to grow more of those, and I'm not sure if grafters will work on them or if they only work on the forestry default Minecraft trees. Order infused shard. Oh, hey, that's one of the few shards I don't have left, or I don't have. So now that I have that, the only thing. Anyway, so I have to set up my crop fields and then determine what I'm going to do from there. But the first thing I'm going to need is, because I need a I need a machine from Forestry. I can't remember what it's called. A carpenter requires oil. I also need a squeezer. So I need to do two things. I need to set up a small forestry-based power plant, and then I also need to start farming wheat. So I guess the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my wheat field over here. I want a pretty big one. And I've got enough wood that I can make the nice borders like you see in NPC villages. Eventually I'll be going into things like the farm blocks, but I don't have the power to do it. And all my real materials are over in my home in the Magic Forest there. And that series, like I said, is primarily going to be covering Ars Magica, Thaumcraft, all the fun magic-y stuff. The smeltery will stay over there only because I'm not sure bug that existed at one point when smeltery is replaced on a server and you try to remove it, crashes the server, but I'm not going to take that chance. So it can stay right over there. It's not inconvenient to have to travel back and forth. And with the science portion anyway, I'm going to be setting up the portal system that I talked about in the previous episode of my Let's Survive series. Re-beginning. So, big things happening here on the channel. Going to not necessarily get new channel art, but we're going to see more videos. We're going to see some slightly different content as I have time to release it, which is actually, I've got quite a bit of it right now. And hopefully I'll be doing some recording with other people here soon enough, which will make it a little more interesting for everybody involved, because recording solo is entertaining, but it's boring for you, the viewer. Now, the worst part of this, because this biome is so hilly, is making areas flat enough for me to plant on. Wow, really? Go away. I want the seeds. I mean, I've got plenty of dirt to do it. That's not even really an issue. It's just a matter of the time it takes to actually smooth this stuff out. But in the end, I think it'll be worth it. Now, as I was saying, this series is going to be doing a lot of the naturist, forestry, and growing of crops from the various different mods and creating the different foods that are available. So, it should be fun. Like I said, with forestry, I've got to create a wheat field first. That way I can start getting seeds, because I need to put these seeds in a squeezer and then squeeze those seeds to get seed oil to make impregnated casings, to be able to make apiaries to start bee breeding and tree breeding, because you have to have bees to make trees, because the bees are what help to pollinate your trees. and create all the crossbred breeds. Why are you in my house? What? I need to call an exterminator. I'm not impressed. I shouldn't have to call an exterminator in my own house, especially considering I just moved out here. There shouldn't be any. Ow. Oh, I'm starving. I don't want goldenrod. As you can see, I'm picking up just seeds galore out here. Sure the bone can go away. The trees, when you cut them down, will also drop seeds, oddly enough. Not quite sure how that works, but I'm not going to question it. Ooh. I've got to be nice to my server here because it eats, like I've said before, it's being hosted on my local system. And while the system is a really good computer, because the amount of data that a server typically runs does bog down even this system. Also, between episodes, I was finally able to find some mossy stone. So my some of my tools anyway are self-repairing now. Like my lumber axe, I believe this shovel is self-repairing. Maybe not this one. Oh, my scythe is. So once I get this area tiered down a little bit more, and actually this is actually pretty good. Gives me a good start. So I'm just gonna go. Well, I don't know if I was smart enough to bring buckets with me. Now I also know that water is capable of spreading 4 blocks in each direction, but I don't want to spread. I don't want to go quite that far out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do like 4 between each row. And we'll do it that way. And like this side will be 2, and then this will be the border here. Yet. I also need to make a very special shrine that is going to be dedicated to someone. We'll see who that is when I get that far. Now fill in this hole.